guys, it's Caroline, your Southern California real estate agent. Welcome to my channel, and today I'm gonna go over how I raised my credit from last June of 2020, where I had a 671, to January 2021 to a 752. Okay, so just in a couple of months, I was able to raise my credit score and definitely change bracket. And I'm gonna walk you through how I did it, exactly what's affecting your credit, and how you can possibly do the same thing, raise your credit, and why is your credit score so important. Okay, so first disclosure, I want you guys to know that I have never had a late payment. I do not have any collection or charge off. So ultimately, what was truly affecting my credit score was my credit card debts. So you should know that anytime you're using more than 30% of the credit available that you have on your credit score, this is when the credit bureau slowly starts taking points away from you. So what happened is the credit bureau, the banks, have certain guidelines. Yes, you have to kind of play their game in order to have good credit and show the bank that you are responsible with the money they're giving you. Okay, so when you're using less than 30%, you are showing the bank that you are a responsible user, that you're responsible with your finance, and because you're doing so, they have a tendency to give you points, and that is what happened. Your credit score will stay high or get even higher as you pay off your credit cards every time. So in my case, what I did is I had a total of 7 credit cards, and a lot of them were actually maxed out. I went through a difficult time in 2019. I went through a divorce, a lot of hard time for me. So I turned up to my credit cards, and unfortunately I maxed them out. But 2020 was the year where I was going to be debt free, so I did not let myself down. So what I did exactly to raise my credit and pay off those credit cards is I started with the credit card that had the lowest amount due, and I started paying it off while I'm doing the minimum amount dues on the other credit cards. So while I'm focusing on paying as much as I can on one card, I keep making those payments. And here is a very important factor, is you want to schedule your payments on your credit cards a couple of days before the due date, because first, with online services, we never know what can happen, especially if it falls on a holiday or the payment doesn't go through for XY reason, the system goes down, etc. You want to schedule that a couple of days before the due date, just so if it doesn't go through, you get an alert and you can fix it, and you're not stuck last minute or get a late fee. So to return to what I was saying, I started with the smallest credit card, paying that one off, then I move on to the next. And that's how I was basically able to pay off all of my credit cards in 6 months. I will tell you, it did require some type of sacrifice where I stopped eating out as often. Those Starbucks coffee run, they were skipped. Eating at home, staying at home. Of course, being in quarantine helped that tremendously, because in Southern California, we can't really go out. I mean, it's controversial right now. But anyways, 99.9% of the time when I talk to possible buyers or potential buyers that are thinking of buying a property and they have low credit score, normally, like I said, 99.9% of the time, it's because their credit cards are maxed out. So Remember, guys, you do not want to max out your credit cards. Actually, never. If you want to have a credit score between 700 and 800, you always want to use less than 20% of your credit available. If you have one credit card and you have a limit of $1,000 a month, you only want to use $200 of that and pay it off every month. Okay, that is the ultimate way to get a 700 plus credit score. Okay, that being on time on your payment as well. If you have a car loan, if you have your utilities, your phone services, etc. Now, where it gets very interesting is if you want to have an 800 credit score and above, you only want to use 5% of your credit available. Okay, so remember that. You want to be in the big league, only 5% every month, and you pay off that 5% every single month. Now, what should you do if you have multiple things that are affecting your credit? So not only you have low credit score, but you have probably collection, charge-offs, things of that nature that are affecting your credit. Let's just go with collection and charge-offs. You absolutely want to call those companies and try to negotiate, come to an understanding of if you owe $1,000 to, let's say, a medical bill. You want to call that company and say, Mister, I only have $700. Can we agree on this charge and I will pay you today? And at this time, when companies are in collections and they know they are already on your social, they are pretty desperate to get a payment. So this is where you have leverage to come to an agreement and not pay as much. Now, if you have a bankruptcy, or if you are thinking of filing for a bankruptcy or chapter, etc., I would tell you, please do not do that. The reason why is the bank has already lent you money, right? Our credit cards, they're not really ours. They're the bank's money, okay? Or you already have a car loan, etc., and the bank has already trusted you to give you money and relying that you're going to pay it back. So when you go and file bankruptcy or any chapter, etc., you're basically saying to the bank, thank you so much for lending me this money, but I'm not responsible enough to pay you back. So can you bail me out? And the bank, they will look at your file, they will look at your income, etc. And if they judge that, yes, we will bail you out, well, now that's going to bring your credit score down and it's going to affect you for many, many, many years. Okay? Yes, in real estate, on an FHA loan in Southern California, you can buy a property after 2 years of filing for bankruptcy. But what they don't tell you is that it's gonna be incredible. It will take incredible efforts for you to raise your credit score where it does make sense for you to get a loan. So raising that credit score back up with your credit card, you're going to need your credit card to raise your credit. And now that you have filed for bankruptcy, you have to go back to the bank and say, well, can I get a credit card? Can you loan me some money? And that is usually where it gets tricky. Not for everyone, but for a lot of people. So if you're thinking of filing bankruptcy, but you want to become a homeowner and you're concerned about your credit, don't do it. Just pay off your debts. Now, why is your credit score extremely important? especially if you know me, I'm French Canadian. Like, finances in Canada are way different than it is in the US. But in the US, you need good credit score to turn on the utilities. You need good credit score to rent. You need good credit score to get a car loan. You need good credit score to buy a home. So unless you're going to do all of that cash, which in Southern California, you better be making a lot of money. So my advice is take care of your credit score. And this is what happened. When you have excellent to perfect credit score, so anywhere between 730 and 800 plus, when you're trying to do all those things that I just said, the bank will say, hey, you are so responsible with your money. We are going to reward you. We will give you a higher mortgage amount. We will give you a great interest rate on the car loan you're trying to get. We will not charge you any fees to turn on the utilities, etc., etc., etc. So your credit score truly matters. So I want to say that I've been in a place where I did not take care of my credit score, and it's not a good feeling in general, especially when you have dreams, you have goals, you want to give your family a great future. Taking care of your credit is crucial. But take it from me, I'm not giving you a little tap on the hand because I've done those mistakes. But I'm here to tell you that even if you're in that bad place and you're trying to get out, just follow my advice and I promise everything will go well. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, press the subscribe button, and let me know what you guys think of this video in the comments.